Hey guys, and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. I don't get to do any of these. So here we have Anduin Finale Cinematic, Shadowlands Patch 9.2, Eternity's End. So I believe this is what plays after you beat the shit out of Anduin. So, yeah, let's see what happens to all, the boy king.
If the jailer has breached the sepulchre, then he is but a breath away from enacting his plan.
We cannot allow that to happen.
Tell the others what you told me.
You all have witnessed the jailer's power firsthand. Without the means to resist his domination, we have no chance against him. Anduin may be the key, if we can save him from...
You dare speak of freeing him after all you have done?
Sylvanas held the Mournblade that bound him. Her presence may help free Anduin from the jailer's grasp.
I will never trust her.
Then trust in me.
Always, Uther. Very well. We will prepare to enter the sepulchre and save Anduin. Together.
Do you not understand? This one is bound to me. Fulfill your final purpose. Annihilation. The fate of all who carry my blade. My son. This blade does not belong to darkness. It was forged by valor. And also by honor. Its legacy and ours are with you, even here. Now, let it be finished. Arthas.
Is this all that remains of him?
The last flicker of his scarred spirit, consumed in the forges of the jailer.
No crown, no throne, not even a soul left for judgment. I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act became you. That is my burden to bear. But your legacy is at an end. Begone then, Arthas Menethil. May the last whisper of your name fade and be forgotten.
Ooh. God. Getting a little emotional there with Arthas. So that pretty much means Arthas is gone. There's nothing left of him. His body, his spirit. That last little bit that we saw, that's all that's left of Arthas, and he's gone now. So I don't think Arthas is going to be making a return anytime soon. But as soon as I saw some big sausagey fingers coming, I'm like, it's his daddy. It's his daddy. And then when I saw some green sausagey fingers come in, I was like, yeah, you know, the people who walked with him in life, are kind of, even in death, they're still there for him. Even though Sourfang was recent, they're obviously in the Shadowlands, or at least some form of them. But yeah, he got Charlemagne back at least. It was his dad's sword and was passed on to him when he became king, and to have it corrupted and tainted, and so to have Charlemagne back in its form of glory, it's pretty cool. Which also means that since we see Arthas's spirit right here, that the crystal that they used when they were forging that was the crystal that was part of Arthas, most likely the last remaining part. And it's kind of sad. It's almost like Sylvanas wants to hate him, because she's like, "This is go now, so that we can forget you." But you can kind of hear in her voice, it's like she kind of knows it really wasn't his fault. It was his fault, but he did what he did for his people. He said, I'll save my people no matter what, and I'll bear any curse. And he took up Frostmourne, and that was his decline. The first person he ended up killing was his father. One of the first was his father. Great cutscene though with that. What are you doing, my son? Such a great cutscene. But yeah. So that crystal, when they were forging Charlemagne into the new Mournblade, when the jailer reached in and pulled out that crystal, that was Arthas. Whatever little bit of Arthas was left. And like I said, with Sylvanas, because everyone who has been like Uther, her, Sylvanas, Bolvar, all of them, they've all been touched by like the same corruption. So even though she hates him because Arthas was the one who killed her, she kind of feels sorry for him in a way. When you hear her talking, she wasn't angry, she wasn't, aggressive about it. She was saying it in a sweet way. So I think that no matter what happened, she may not forgive him, but she knows it wasn't completely his fault. At least at that point. But yeah, the moment here with Anduin trying to kind of fight off the darkness and the corruption and the domination magic, and Varian comes in and Sourfang comes in, and of course Sourfang's got to say, "Let it be finished." It's what his son said before he died. It's what Sourfang pretty much said before he died. And then we hear it for the third and final time, "Let it be finished." So Anduin is freed. So we already knew he was gonna be freed. Now what comes after this is anyone's guess. I think that he's gonna feel like he isn't that much of a leader. Going over to darkness, being dominated like that. So that's when he's going to leave kind of like Torellian in charge. I think he's going to do kind of like a Varian thing where he's going to try to find himself, kind of rebalance himself and find out who he is. He's probably going to go around to say Thrall, people who have been in situations where they have had to do things that they didn't want to do. Thrall, the guy was raised as a warrior, gladiator, and a slave, so he was forced to do things he didn't want to do. Obviously he's got Jaina. She didn't want to watch her father die, but the dude was a fucking racist. So, she loved her father, but you know, he thought that all the orcs were bad, which they weren't because they had one fighting. So she can talk. He can talk to Jaina. Maybe communicate with her father somehow. You know, I would love to see a cutscene with Dalen in it. You know, Admiral Dalen Proudmoore. That'd be so freaking amazing. I know we saw him in the Warbringers thing, but there's so many people that Anduin could talk to. But I think he's going to take some time to find himself, and he's going to leave probably Tyrellian in charge. Varian. So he's got Charlemagne, like I said, is back to its former glory, as it should be, as a weapon of the light, not a weapon of the darkness or corruption or domination. It's now glowing with that familiar gold that we're also used to. Arthas' spirit, what little bit of Arthas is now released. I mean, it's weird because everyone in the cinematic has been affected by Arthas personally. Arthas killed Sylvanas. He killed Uther. Him and Jaina obviously had a thing together, and when Anduin, I mean, not so much. I mean, he affected Anduin, but not nearly as much as the other three. So everyone here has been affected by him personally. So this is probably like a really bittersweet moment, knowing that this is the last little bit of Arthas to exist, and once it's gone, poof. All that's left of him is his memory, is the memory of him and the whispers of his name. But now they can remember him for what he used to be, the Prince of Lordaeron before he became the Fallen Prince, the man who fought for his people, strong, courageous, intelligent, not this thing that he gave himself up to be. But yeah, she was, when Sylvanas was talking, she didn't sound angry. She didn't sound bitter. She didn't, you know, it's like she was saying goodbye to an old friend. You know, no matter how bad he was, like I said, it wasn't completely his fault. Yes, he gave himself to it, and he said, oh yeah, I'd bear any burden, any price, and all that. But she knows how strong that domination magic can be. So she can kind of say, you know, yeah, he killed me, but, you know, it was probably hard for him. So, but I love the cinematic. Very emotional, especially with this last bit of Arthas finally disappearing. And all in all, I think this, if this isn't, I don't know if this is the last patch of the game, but you know, I don't know if there's going to be another patch after this. I think this defeating the jailer is pretty much what the end should be, and I was hoping that they would do like a 9.3, 9.4, and they, because he's a big bad. This guy is on a cosmic level, so he should be the big bad and be the final boss of, you know, the last reign of the expansion. But here we are, 9.2, and yeah, we're killing the jailer. So I'm sure, I mean, after this, I'm going to look up to see if there's that cinematic, because I cannot wait to see the cinematic after the jailer plays, after he's killed. Blizzard, you've had one job. One fucking job. It better be good. Because especially with, remember how Nyalotha and beating N'Zoth, it was basically the end of Return of the King. Like almost like shot for shot in his Return of the King. So, as bad of a villain that the jailer was, hopefully he gets the justice and respect he deserves in the cinematic where we finally take him down. But as for this one, saving Anduin, seeing all 4 of the people who Arthas has affected kind of finally not saying goodbye, but seeing him finally disappear, seeing Sourfang and Varian. It was awesome. But let me know what you guys think. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.